You're about to click book now on that flight. The price looks good. The route makes sense. But here's something airlines will never tell you. The exact moment you book that ticket could cost you an extra $300. And we're not talking about Tuesday versus Wednesday myths. We're talking about real pricing traps that airlines engineer to extract maximum cash from unsuspecting travelers. Today, we're exposing the 10 flight booking times that are designed to drain your wallet. From the red-eye ripoff to the weekend pricing scam. We're pulling back the curtain on an industry that makes billions by keeping you in the dark about how airfare pricing actually works. Some of these timing tricks are so calculated that even frequent flyers fall for them every single time. Airlines have spent decades perfecting dynamic pricing algorithms that track your behavior, predict your desperation, and adjust prices in real time. But once you understand these 10 timing disasters, you'll never overpay for a flight again. Hit subscribe because this information could save you thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Let's dive into the flight booking times that airlines pray you never figure out. Booking within 14 days of departure. Picture this. You need a flight next week. You open your laptop, search your route, and nearly fall out of your chair. That flight you looked at last month for $300 now costs $800. Welcome to the desperation tax. Airlines know something crucial about human behavior. The closer you get to your departure date, the more desperate you become. Business travelers need that specific flight. Emergency travelers have no choice. And leisure travelers who procrastinate, they pay the price too. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Airline revenue management systems flag every search made within 2 weeks of departure as high intent to purchase. The algorithm assumes you're either desperate or wealthy, so it cranks up the price. Some routes see price increases of up to 200% in the final 14 days. The solution is ruthlessly simple. Book your flights at least 3 weeks in advance, ideally 4 to 12 weeks out for domestic travel. For international flights, the sweet spot is 2 to 6 months ahead. Every day you wait past that window, you're literally watching your money evaporate. Airlines track this pattern religiously because it works. Sunday evening bookings. Sunday night rolls around. You're planning your week, scrolling through flights, thinking it's a great time to book. Wrong. You're walking straight into the most expensive booking window of the entire week. Airlines have analyzed years of booking data and discovered something fascinating. Sunday evenings see the highest volume of flight searches. Why? Because that's when people plan their upcoming week or remember they need to book that trip. High demand equals higher prices. The pricing algorithm isn't stupid. When servers detect massive search volume, prices automatically increase across the board. Business travelers booking Monday morning flights pay premium rates. Leisure travelers searching for weekend getaways see inflated pricing. It's surge pricing without calling it surge pricing. Smart travelers avoid Sunday evening completely. Instead, book Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning when search volume drops and airlines release their midweek fare sales. The price difference for the exact same seat on the exact same flight can be $40 to $60. Multiply that by a family of 4, and you've just wasted over $200 by booking at the wrong time. First flight of the morning. That 6 a.m. departure looks perfect. You'll arrive at your destination with a full day ahead. But here's the catch. You're about to pay a premium for something airlines market as convenience, but actually cost them less to operate. Morning flights, especially the first departure of the day, carry consistently higher price tags. Airlines justify this with business traveler demand. Corporate travelers need morning flights to maximize productivity, and companies pay whatever it costs. But leisure travelers fall for the same trap, assuming early means better. Here's the reality. Early morning flights have better on-time performance because there's less air traffic. They're also more profitable for airlines because they can squeeze more flights out of the same aircraft throughout the day. But they charge you extra for this premium timing. The hack. Book flights departing between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. These midday flights see lower demand from both business and leisure travelers. Airlines discount them to fill seats. You'll save money and avoid that brutal 4 a.m. wake-up call. Win-win. Friday and Sunday travel. Weekend flights are highway robbery disguised as convenience. Whether you're departing Friday evening or returning Sunday night, airlines know you're trapped in a standard workweek schedule, and they exploit that knowledge mercilessly. Friday evening flights out of major cities can cost $50 to $100 more than the exact same route on Tuesday. Why? business travelers heading home, families starting weekend trips, and couples escaping for romantic getaways all converge on the same narrow departure window. Supply and demand at its most brutal. Sunday return flights carry identical markups. Everyone needs to be back for Monday morning, so airlines jack up prices knowing you have limited alternatives. The desperation is real, and the pricing reflects it. The strategy to beat this? Shift your travel days, even slightly. Leave Thursday evening or Saturday morning instead of Friday. Return Monday morning instead of Sunday night. Yes, you might lose a few hours of weekend time, but you'll save enough money to actually enjoy your destination. One less workday with a cheaper flight beats an expensive weekend rush flight that leaves you stressed and broke. Holiday week bookings. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, spring break. Every major holiday sees the same pattern. Prices skyrocket, availability vanishes, and travelers pay whatever airlines demand. But here's what they don't tell you. You're not just paying for holiday demand. You're paying a stupidity tax for booking at the obvious time. Airlines know exactly when holidays fall. They know exactly when schools close and offices shut down. Their pricing algorithms adjust weeks or even months in advance. The moment you search for Thanksgiving weekend flights, you're flagged as price insensitive. The system assumes you have no choice but to travel during that specific window. But here's the insider secret. Traveling 1 or 2 days outside the peak window can cut your ticket price in half. Fly the Tuesday before Thanksgiving instead of Wednesday. Return the Monday after instead of Sunday. For Christmas, avoid December 23rd and 26th at all costs. Those single days carry the highest markups of the entire year. Even better, consider celebrating holidays on different days. Your family gathering doesn't legally have to happen on December 25th. Shift it by a week, fly midweek during non-peak times, and save hundreds per ticket. Airlines count on your unwillingness to be flexible. Prove them wrong. Same-day return bookings. You need to fly somewhere for a quick meeting or event, so you book a same-day return flight. Arrival at 10 a.m., departure at 6 p.m. Efficient, right? Sure, if you enjoy paying double for the privilege. Same-day return tickets trigger massive red flags in airline pricing systems. This booking pattern screams business traveler with a corporate credit card or emergency situation with no price sensitivity. Either way, the algorithm cranks prices to maximum levels. Airlines call these point-to-point premium fares. You're not just paying for 2 flights, you're paying a surcharge for the compressed timeline. The same 2 flights booked with an overnight stay in between can cost 40 to 60% less. It's not about the actual flight cost, it's about exploiting urgency. The workaround? If possible, book your outbound and return flights as separate one-way tickets, ideally on different days. Or book a round trip with an overnight stay and simply don't use the hotel. The savings on your flight will more than cover a night at a budget hotel if you actually need the accommodation. Peak summer hours. Summer vacation season brings its own timing trap. Airlines don't just charge more during June, July, and August. They specifically target the most convenient departure times within those months. Mid-morning and early afternoon flights during peak summer see the highest markups. Families want flights that don't require waking kids at 4 a.m. Tourists want to arrive at destinations with enough daylight to enjoy the first day. Airlines know this and price accordingly. The summer surcharge compounds with time-of-day pricing. You're not just paying extra for traveling in July. You're paying double extra for wanting that 11 a.m. departure. A Tuesday morning flight in July can cost more than a Saturday evening flight in September on the exact same route. The solution? Embrace the extremes. Book super early morning flights or late evening departures during summer months. The savings are substantial enough to justify the inconvenience. Alternatively, shift your vacation to shoulder season, late May or early September, when prices drop dramatically but weather remains excellent. Searching and booking immediately. You find a flight. The price looks decent. You click Book Now within 30 seconds. Congratulations, you just failed the airline's patience test. Airlines use sophisticated tracking technology that monitors how long you spend on their website. Quick bookings signal high intent and low price sensitivity. The algorithm interprets this as this customer isn't shopping around, so we don't need to offer competitive pricing. Even more insidious, airlines track your search history across multiple sessions. Search the same route repeatedly, and prices mysteriously increase. They're creating artificial urgency, making you think prices are rising when they're actually manipulating the numbers based on your behavior. The counter strategy requires discipline. Search flights in incognito or private browsing mode to avoid tracking cookies. Check prices across multiple days and times. Compare at least 3 different booking sites. Then walk away for several hours or even a full day before making your final purchase. Airlines often drop prices for routes with high search volume but low booking rates. Your patience literally saves you money. Connecting flights with short layovers. That connecting flight with a 55-minute layover looks tempting because it gets you to your destination faster. But airlines charge premium prices for tight connections, betting that you'll either pay extra or miss the connection and need to rebook. Minimum connection times, MCT, vary by airport, but airlines deliberately price the tightest legal connections at higher rates. They market them as efficient when they're actually stress factories. Miss your connection due to a minor delay, and you're at the airline's mercy for rebooking. The smarter play? Book connections with at least 2-hour layovers, especially in major hub airports. These longer layover flights consistently cost less because airlines assume passengers avoid them. But a 2-hour layover gives you cushion for delays, time to eat real food instead of overpriced airport snacks, and often saves you $50 to $100 compared to the tight connection. Your stress levels and your wallet both benefit. Booking round trips when one-ways are cheaper. The biggest timing trap isn't about when you book, it's about how you structure your booking. Airlines have trained us to automatically search for round-trip tickets, assuming they're always cheaper. That assumption costs travelers billions annually. With the rise of budget carriers and increased competition, one-way pricing has become more competitive. But legacy carriers still default to round-trip search results, hiding the fact that 2 separate one-way tickets might cost less. This is especially true when mixing airlines or flying into one city and out of another. Here's the move. Always search your route as one-way flights first, even if you need a round trip. Check the total cost of 2 one-ways versus the round-trip price. Factor in different airlines for each leg. Sometimes flying out on Delta and returning on United costs less than a Delta round trip. Open-jaw tickets, flying into one city and out of another, offer even more savings opportunities. Airlines price these based on complicated route calculations that sometimes work in your favor. The key is abandoning the round-trip default assumption and actually doing the math. There you have it. 10 flight booking timing traps that airlines have engineered to extract maximum revenue from travelers who don't know the game. From a Sunday evening surge to the same-day return ripoff, every one of these pricing tricks costs you real money on every single flight. Airlines have spent decades and billions of dollars perfecting these psychological and technical systems. But now you know the patterns. You understand when prices spike and why. You can avoid the timing disasters that drain your bank account. Which timing trap shocked you most? Have you fallen for any of these booking disasters? Drop your worst flight booking story in the comments below. And remember, knowledge is power, but only if you use it. Book smarter, fly cheaper, and never let airlines pick your pocket again.